With Halloween Ends coming out tomorrow, let's talk about the very first Halloween movie. Probably don't need to say this, but spoilers said, so click that like button and come back later. So this is probably one of my favorite horror movies. My favorite character in this film has to be Michael. Michael Myers is one of, if not the most terrifying horror movie slasher villain, and he absolutely steals the show in this film. So I think one of the things this film is most famous for is its first viewpoint for Michael Myers. Sure, you can argue that Michael Myers isn't the first character to use this method since the killer from Black Christmas did this method first, but personally I think that the first person view is much better executed in the first Halloween film than it is in Black Christmas. There are plenty of plot holes in this film, but I feel like that's what gives the film its charm. Also, I like how unlike most serial killers, Michael doesn't really chase after his victims, but he just simply walks towards them. It weirdly kinda does add a bit more suspense to the scene, and I think it does work better because like I mentioned before, most serial killers in movies go after their victims by running after them, where Michael just walks after them almost like in a confident kind of sense. Also, it's kind of like that Michael doesn't even care about some of his victims running away from him. It's almost like Michael is kind of like an animal the more you think about it. Because if you really do think about it, Michael Myers really is just a wild animal going after people out of a wild instinct. My favorite moment of this film has to be that ending where Michael somehow manages to escape. This is probably one of the most iconic endings in any kind of horror movie, because after seeing Michael survive something like that, you start to question on what he even really is. I give this film an 8 out of 10, giving it a B. Anyway, that's the review. Go down to the comments and tell me what you thought of the very first Halloween film. Share this video with all your friends, and click that like and follow button to keep updated with all my latest content. See ya!